What's good, my fellow pal tamers? In today's video, I'm going to show you the most overpowered item in all of Palworld. That is going to be the research laboratory. This thing is going to unlock some amazing perks and things for your base that you don't want to miss out on. So without further ado, let's go ahead and lock in. This is my research facility. I built an entire base dedicated to this thing. And this is going to be the research lab. I mean, these guys are flipping out over this, like literally. Anyways, the research lab is going to unlock perks. And these are just a couple of perks that you're able to unlock while doing this. I'm talking about crude oil extraction plus 60%, expedition time minus 35%, handiwork speed plus 35%, and so much more. So now that you know why you want to go ahead and get into this, let's go ahead and show you a little bit on how this works. First off, you want to go to your tech tree, get all the way to level 15, and you want to unlock the PAL Expedition Station. That's going to be this facility right here. My PAL Expedition Station is on my rooftop, and this thing is everything to me. The reason why is you're going to need it to get a certain currency, and that's going to be manuscripts. So as soon as you get to level 15, get yourself a bunch of pals. I have a bunch of guides about this thing here on the channel. So if you need more information about it, go ahead and check out these videos right here. But the short version, you want to go ahead and beat some of the towers. Once you defeat the towers and you get yourself a couple of pals, go ahead and power them up a little bit. If you condense them to get them some more firepower, it'll make this a lot easier. But you want to send them out on these expeditions to get ancient PAL manuscripts. That's going to be this item here. So one thing about these ancient PAL manuscripts, you can only receive these through expeditions. So you're going to have to do a hell of a lot of them in order to get yourself a bunch of these manuscripts. But once you have these manuscripts, you're pretty much good to go to start doing research at the research laboratory. Some other things you may need may also be this right here, ancient civilization parts. You can receive this from bosses all over the world, and you can also receive them as rewards from the expedition station. Now that you know that much, let's go ahead and move on to the next part of the guide. Back at the tech tree, get yourself to level 20. At level 20, you'll be able to unlock the PAL Labor Research Laboratory. As you can see, I built an entire lecture hall, an entire facility dedicated to this research laboratory, and this is why. When you build one of these, your PAL will be able to come here and start doing research. Well, you want to build more than one. You can build them all over your base at any place in the world. So that means if I start a research project with kindling right here at this base, my base all the way over there in Feybreak can also have pals that have kindling to participate and help push this research along if they're idle. So I'll go ahead and show you that. I've already done everything I needed to do in handiwork, but we'll go ahead and we'll start off with something like kindling. All you have to do is make sure you have the research costs over there on the right hand side, and it's going to tell you exactly what reward or what perk you're going to unlock. Today it's going to be the kindling work speed plus 10%. So I'll go ahead and click on it. I have to make sure I have charcoal and flame organs, and then I go to begin research. Now what happened is any PAL at my base that is available is going to start doing this research instantly. So if I go downstairs real quick, it's going to be Blazemit. I don't know why, but Blazemit is currently glitched out researching from one of these hot springs. Like, bro, how did you do that? Like, I know you're the Flame Emperor. I get it. But bro, that was cheating. You're not supposed to do that. Don't look at me like that. Get out of there. All right. So yeah, he was stuck in there. Don't know why or how he did that. But anyways, pretty much what he did was he participated in the kindling task and he finished it by himself. So he's a G. And once it's complete, you instantly unlock the perk. Congratulations. Now let's move on. You're going to notice that a lot of these have some insane workload. But that's okay, because every single kindling PAL at your base will participate at one of these stations. And different PALs at other bases who also have points in kindling will also be able to participate. So if you actually go to your other bases and build this research laboratory there, other PALs will be able to participate and push this even faster. But anyways, just before you really get started in this, there's a couple of things you want to do to set things up. There's going to be 2 merchants that you want to go and try to grab. One of the merchants is going to be a green jacket merchant, this guy right here, who's a wandering merchant. The second merchant that you want to go get is going to be a red jacket merchant, which is going to be this guy right here. These guys are going to have absolutely everything you need. I'll go ahead and show you now. This one over here has medicines, he has eggs, milk, berries, wheat, and all of these electric organs and flame organs that you're definitely going to have to use for your research cost. The other guy, well, he's the other guy. He has everything else that you're going to need, and you don't want to miss out on these guys. If you don't know where to catch them, don't worry, I got you covered. One of them is going to be right over here in the small settlement. You can hop over there, capture them, and you'll be good to go. The other one is going to be right over here at the Fisherman's Point. Grab them, catch them, and you're good. You'll have both of these guys and you'll be locked in. Now that you know exactly how to get yourself some merchants and you've captured them, let's get into some more advanced research. So right here, I'm going to do kindling level 1. Something that I really want you to pay attention to is the level. If your pal does not have at least 1 level in kindling, they will not be able to participate in this activity. Now, why am I saying that? Let's go to a more difficult advanced thing like lumbering. Here I've done a lot of lumbering research already, but let's say I want to do this right here, the mastery of expedition level 3, and I go ahead and I go to begin research. Well, I have a bunch of pals here that have lumbering. For example, Splatterina, she has lumbering, but because it's not a high enough level, none of them will be allowed to participate. Let me show you. These are all my research laboratories here on base, and the pals that are allowed to participate are both my Splatterinas, but they're grayed out. The reason why they're grayed out is because they only have a level 2 in lumbering, and this research requires them to have a level 4 in lumbering. Now, the problem is there is no level 4, natural level 4 lumbering pal in the game right now. But you can use the brand new suitability books to boost up the level for your pals, or you can get a level 3 pal, max that thing out to 4 stars, and then they will be able to participate in this activity right here. Let me show you. I'll come over to my pal box and I'll open it up, and I've already prepared 3 pals for you. That's going to be these Bastigors, Bascod, Lord Bastilian, and Big Mama Blue. All 3 of these have level 4 in lumbering. So as soon as I throw them out on the base, they're going to go to one of those stations over there and start going crazy. Or they're going to go straight outside and try to break down trees. You know, it's priorities to these people. My goodness. I'm going to destroy the trees before they get too happy with destroying trees, because I don't know what it is about destroying trees. Like, I don't get it. Stop everybody. Stop. Go inside and do the research, please. Pretty please. Thank you. Appreciate it. But yes, there you go. Once they have no other jobs to do around the base, they will then come over to these stations and start going crazy with it. As you can see, it's going to take a while because these are only level 4 basic pals doing this. If you had higher workload or higher work speed, they are going to be flying through this, but these are not built for that. I didn't make these specifically with a very, very high work speed, so they're going to take forever. Now, not only these Bastigors, but any pal that has level 4 in lumbering can participate. For example, I'll take you guys to one of my other bases so that you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so once I make it over to my other base that has a research laboratory, I'll be able to send out any pal that is on this base so they can participate in that research. All right, so let's talk about one of the more advanced things you can do with the research laboratory. You can queue this thing up and any pal on any one of your bases will participate. As long as you have a research laboratory set up there, all of the pals on that base who are of that level will be able to participate in that activity. For example, I don't have any pals here that are level 4 in lumbering, but at my other bases, you see this going up. The progression is going up slowly because my other base is already participating in this. With that being said, if I did have somebody here, for example, Bascod, they'll instantly go into the queue and start doing the research as well. One thing you need to note, you cannot interrupt this. If I decide to cancel this research, I can, and I can do some other research, but it's going to give me all the materials and weigh me down. It's also going to restart this research back to 0 if you don't finish it. I'll go ahead and put away Bascod here, and let's continue on. If you want to hop in here and you want to cancel this and do something else, you can. But remember, like I said before, it's going to cancel lumbering and it's going to start doing whatever you choose to do. For example, planting here. Ongoing research will be stopped, and it's going to give you the choice on whether you want to proceed or not. For me, right now, no, I'm good. I want my pals to continue to do the Master of Expeditions level 3 so that I can get more rewards from my expedition station. Alright, now I'm going to show you some super advanced stuff. There's going to be a couple of these that you want to prioritize. The number one that you want to prioritize as soon as possible is going to be mining and lumbering. The reason why that is you're going to be able to increase your expedition rewards and decrease the expedition time. So go ahead, hop in here, do the first task. And once you do the first task, you want to start down this tree right here. One thing I recommend, you always want to finish out the right side of every research before you do anything else, because this will speed up how fast it's going to be finished. So I like to max this all the way out until I can't max it out anymore. The bottom here is just going to be defense and attack power for your base. I don't really care about that. You just do up to this point here, and then you can go ahead and do all the other research in the research tree. Alright, speaking of the expedition station, I can come right over here to this base and still receive my rewards, and that's going to be the ancient civilization cores. I'll grab those. The civilization parts, awesome. A couple of slabs, and last but not least, the ancient PAL manuscripts. You can see here I got 41 of these bad boys because I have the increase in rewards. Okay, then let's talk about the setup. So why did I build this massive facility? You don't have to go to this length or go this far for it, but for me, I built this place up specifically for these research projects. I have these stations down here at the very bottom because with these at the bottom, pals that would normally go upstairs and get stuck can just run over here and hop on one of these stations, meaning that I'll always be able to have pals participate, especially pals that don't do good on the second and third floor of your base. Now for a little bit of style points, I went ahead and built myself a lecture hall on the third floor of this building, just because, you know, I wanted to dedicate this place, seriously dedicate it to everything about research. This entire facility is just built so these guys can basically be working from inside of hot tubs. That's not supposed to be a thing. But I think because these pals are so damn big, they get stuck very easily. Aesthetically, that's the one thing that I don't really like about it, and the reason why I don't usually use large pals, because they just glitch out. Well, they're still doing the research, so it doesn't matter, but smaller pals may be more aesthetically pleasing. Isn't that right, Blazemut? Exactly. All right. And as you can see, this place is also dedicated to production and anything else I will need when it comes to these research projects. You're going to need a lot of stuff, a bunch of research costs, a bunch of items. So setting up an entire base that has everything that can produce all the stuff that you may want is going to be key to speeding up the process. And don't forget, it's going to be an amazing idea to have an expedition station at your base so that you can go ahead and always be locking in on those manuscripts. The only place you can get manuscripts is going to be this right here. So yes, if you found them in other places, let me know down in the comment section below so we can share that information with the rest of the community. This video took me a hell of a lot of time to do. I hope you guys appreciate it. If you did, go ahead and smash the like button for me. And sub to the channel so that you don't miss out on any more tips, tricks, guides, and everything else you need for Palworld and your favorite games. This is your boy M at MSensei HD. For now though, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here.